Chapter 4, Conceptualize Window. In this chapter we're going to go over the main window that opens when you open ConceptStation. This is the location where you draw all your roads, all of your different options that you want for your project. We're going to go into the Bighorn project and we're going to take a look at the backstage first. That's this large button over here on the left. It'll kind of show you who's logged in, the different views that we have: conceptualize, visualize, templates, quantities and costs. You can create new or open, go to coordinate services, save it, import and export, attach a file. This is where the settings were, help information, and exit. So this is called the backstage, and this is if you need to switch what you're looking at. This item is the element selection tool. So if you have something out there on the screen that you want to select, you do it with that tool. We have undo and redo. This is the rotate view. If you select that tool, it's kind of like the MicroStation rotate view. It's got a little plus that you can drag around and try to snap to information out there. Then once you do that, you can rotate your window about that location. If you don't move that crosshair, it makes it very difficult to rotate it accurately. Then there's a pan. The little hand tool is the pan view. We have a fit view. Window area. So these tools are a lot like the normal MicroStation tools. There's a view previous and a view next. So those are all your window tools at the top. Then we've got some more tools dealing with windows on the side. There's the home view, which is kind of an isometric type view. So anytime you hit that house, this is the view that you're going to get. Then there's a display top, right, front, and isometric. So if you need to get to the top view or any of those other views, these are the tools that you can use. So that's the top view. You can look at the right side view. So you can kind of see a little bit of relief, see what the height of your project is. There's a front view. And then an isometric view is your last one that you have there. Okay, and that's kind of your home view, an isometric view. Then you've got the toggle camera on and off, which will turn on a camera so you kind of have a view aspect ratio. Okay, over here on the left hand side are all the tools that come with ConceptStation for creating roads, intersections, roundabouts. You can do ramp connections, and there's a designer. You can do a divided road now, road templates. You can do railroad existing, refresh alignment, and resolve grading are some of the things you can do underneath the road tools. You got the markings tools. There's lane striping, street marking, linear marking, and transverse marking. Furniture is what they call objects. So any furniture or objects that are available in ConceptStation are placed from here. You can do bridges, culverts, and tunnels. Probably won't hit on those much in this class, but we will on the bridge. The measure tools, you can do distance, areas, locations, and a new one called bridge clearance. We're going to hit all those tools in this class, or at least most of them. Down here at the very bottom of the screen, you have another area. This area will show different things like profiles. It'll show saved views. That's kind of what that first one is there. You can save different views and go back to them at any time. So out here on the screen, if I want to save that view, I can just hit the plus button over here and give it a name. So new saved view for my name and click OK. And then anytime I want to go to that view, I can. So I'll go back to the default here and then my new saved view. And you can see how that works. Okay, you can also search for them if you want, view them a little bit differently. The next tool in here then is the categories and models. This is like levels or layers of ConceptStation. So if you want to turn something on or off, you just hit the item that you want to turn on and off and it will display or undisplay. There's models. Right now we have the default and the terrain. If you don't want to see your terrain, you can turn that off. If you brought in a shape file or a DGN file, they would be listed here, and you can turn those on and off as well. You can also delete things that you've added in here. You can attach things. You can turn on and off those model views with these buttons, or invert the selection. Okay. The next thing then is your costs and your quantities. You'd have to refresh. At this point, we really don't have anything new in the file, so our refresh won't calculate anything. But once you get information out there in your drawing, you can refresh it and it will calculate what the cost is for what you've placed in the file. Okay, at the very top, now we also have a Bentley Connect Advisor. As long as you're signed in to the connection client, which we did in chapter 1, you can go out here and take a look at kind of like a blog of information that has been added. So in this first one under communities, you can go out and take a look at different things that have been said or questions that have been asked about ConceptStation. Okay? You can view it different ways. You don't have any personal learn information yet on ConceptStation, but if you want to take a look at, say, this USGS announces the sunset of their maps. So basically this is the reason why sometimes you won't have imagery in different locations, because USGS has gotten rid of some of their high resolution imagery. And it shows where you can get that imagery from, like that Earth Explorer. You can get information from there, and that's where you can find that information. And that's the ConceptStation view.